Look, my father was a government servant. I grew up not too far away from here in a government flat. I definitely benefited from the stock options that I got at Indigo. So I'm ever grateful for that. At Akasa, we want to be an airline which has the most number of people, at least who will have the ability to earn out of stock options. But again, wealth is when you have more than what you think you need, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, you can just keep going on and on and on. But having that ability to bring purpose and profit together, where people think that there is somehow we are making an impact on the lives of the communities we serve, as well as the colleagues who come and join us in the journey, that's a very addictive, incentive. And yes, absolutely, but I must also warn that in highly volatile businesses, stock options, ESOPs can also wipe out a lot of wealth of employees who cannot afford that.
Yeah.
So therefore, I am not in that black and white zone where I'll say that everybody must have a stock option or nobody should have.
Yeah.
It should be to those groups of employees who can actually sustain that volatility that comes with, running publicly listed companies, or for that matter, businesses where proof of concept is still. Okay. Is the Indian economy going in a certain direction? Yes. Do we have the ability to catapult ourselves and move faster? Yes. If we have, as we stand today, if we have 2% population growth and we have 4% inflation and 10% GDP growth, we in 10 years' time, in actually 9 years' time, can look at a $10 trillion economy. If you're going to have a $5 trillion economy, $8 trillion economy, and hopefully a $10 trillion economy, obviously this thing is going to push a lot of entrepreneurial businesses and help them to outlast. Now the question really is that in this 10-year journey, there will be many storms. One thing I've known, coming from the businesses that I have, one certainty of life is every year there is going to be a crisis, right? Now the question really is that what is that time frame that you look at to outlast, right? And therefore, if a certain business or a certain new business is going through its downside, one has to understand that there will be a point of time where it will go through, right? So one has to also, despite coming from, many startups and having scaled up many businesses, I'll also say one has to be patient and one has to be able to, last out that storm, and kind of, be that bamboo tree which kind of then sways and ducks and not try to kind of, hold out where, the tree trunk kind of breaks. But I am, immensely bullish on India.
Right.
Right? And I'm publicly so. And that's why I spent all my life here. I did not go to Hindu college. I used to come to Arnab's hostel, actually, he's my senior from school, though.
Oh.
But I'm tremendously bullish that if you see a slightly longer term, 8, 9 years, 10-year journey, then definitely there is enough momentum and an enabling environment for many more unicorns, decacorns to kind of, move, to rise out of India and also last out.
Aditya, I just want to stop you then ask you further because it's very interesting. You've traditionally been in a business which
I'm a sucker for punishment. Travel, retail, hospitality.
It's all businesses that have not exactly, everyone's scary to venture into, but you not only ventured in them, but have made them thrive. And thrive how? Like, I have to share this anecdote. Once I was flying Indigo, and this was the first time I met Aditya, and everyone had told me, at Indigo, when you walk into the airline, you just mention his name and everyone will give you royal treatment. And I didn't believe that. I mean, I think journalists by nature have to be a little skeptical, so I didn't believe that. So I tried to test it, and I tested it from the ground staff to the airline crew. Everyone's like, ma'am, Aditya. Oh, ma'am, Aditya. So that's something. I mean, that's something to, people loving
Aditya,
their boss.
she just gave every prospective customer Akasa what to say when they board a flight.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody.
So just remember that in 2022.
Akasa got a problem day one, huh?
So, no, but coming back to my question, Aditya, just wanted to understand how do you do that, especially in businesses that are traditionally tough, considered tougher to become profitable, to become sustainable. How do you do that? And tech startups have that diciness going on right now.
Well, see, I'm not only did I come into these crazy businesses, but I'm actually a history graduate, right? So then I did law. I did not do engineering school or business school. But that also taught me the humility to know that my colleagues who are around me, they are my biggest teachers, and I treat each one of my colleagues as my guru. Whether it is somebody who's checking a customer at an airport or a hotel, or somebody who's selling a Fab India kurta at a retail store, I have something to learn from them every day. And there are very few people, and I'll say I'm unfairly lucky that you get to go to a job where you learn something new every day. So when you do that, then you understand that you also want to create a workplace where you would want to come there as a young, junior colleague. And once you kind of put yourself into that person's shoes, the rest of the workplace happens automatically.
Wow.
So, and especially in the businesses that you mentioned, right? The airline business where I've spent so much of my time and now I'm doing it again. One thing is the universal truth. Everybody is an equal, we just have different roles to play. When that plane is all set to take off, if that marshaller does not come in front of that plane and wave the signals, I, as the CEO of the airline, cannot make that plane move. So every takeoff is a deep reminder, or should be a deep reminder to a founder or CEO of an airline, that you just have a different role to play. We are all equals here.
Yeah.
And that's why I had great fun kind of working with, people that I did actually. And I'm ever grateful to them. Thank God they were brand ambassadors to very skeptical journalists like you.